at the League of Cities today, and I am so happy to welcome John, otherwise known as Skip Gorman. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi.
And tell us what city you're from?
I do. Your name is Jan?
Judy.
Judy, forgive me.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm Skip Gorman. I'm here at the League of California Cities. What do we call this? A convention?
Convention?
Convention.
That would be a good name.
Representing Ridgecrest, California. It's where our Chamber of Commerce says it's where the desert meets the sand.
Oh, very nice. So for those that might be joining us from some other part of the country or some other part of California, where is Ridgecrest?
It's right smack in the middle of the Great Mojave Desert.
It sure
in
is.
a low valley called the Indian Wells Valley. And it all started just after the war when the U.S. Navy wanted a place that had enough room to develop and test missiles.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
What we started doing, and it grew into the Naval Air Weapons Station, which includes Area 51 as its airspace.
Oh, wow.
I know.
And how old is Ridgecrest?
Well, count from back in 1945 to now.
Okay.
Makes it almost 80 years.
Wow.
Forgive me, the city was founded in 1967.
1967.
So we'll just go back as an
We'll just say
exercise
that.
to the student. Count backwards from here to 1967, and you'll have how long Ridgecrest has existed.
Awesome.
And we've had fun growing this little community.
So how big is the city now?
We're 27,000.
Nice.
We had a wonderful earthquake. We're 7.1-ish.
Wow.
Which put us on the map, so to speak, but
Yeah.
almost erased us from the map. And the federal government found that a lot of their Naval Air Weapons Station was broken because of it.
Oh, goodness.
I know my home was among that. And so we all started fixing things up. They sent out $2.7 billion to help fix things up. And
That's a good little chunk of change there.
we've had a big workforce from outside of Ridgecrest come in and have been working furiously. As a city councilman, I get to go on base and participate in ribbon cuttings of new buildings and structures that are being built out there. But I put in a whole career as an engineer at the Naval.
Oh, so you love watching things get built.
Oh, I do, and blown up too, for
that's
that
true.
matter. And right now, Judy, I'm involved in two things that I'm excited about in Ridgecrest. We're getting a new aquatic center built.
Nice.
And we've been at this now for 3 years. And as part of a tax package that the community, God bless them, embraced.
Well, tell me
that
about
raised-
this aquatic center.
This is going to be 3 pools for little kids, seniors,
Oh,
and
nice.
I don't know, half human, half fish, people who like
All
to
the
swim.
people that like to swim.
And it's big and it's luxurious, and they'll break ground in about 2 months, and we're all really
Oh,
looking
it's getting
forward
close.
to it. Yes.
Getting close.
And then I have projected into the future a performing arts center.
Oh,
for
that's
Ridgecrest.
beautiful.
Yes.
Every town
have a-
needs that type of arts and culture, right?
I have a picture of the idea
Okay.
that's come into my mind, and it looks like this.
Pointed at that camera right over my shoulder. Oh, it's beautiful. I love the swoop of it. Very desert feeling.
I'm giving myself
Nice.
12 years to make this happen.
All right.
And I've been dealing, believe it or not, with an AI somewhere on Google named Copilot in defining our population, the type of people we are, the geography of the Indian Wells Valley, and a whole bunch of other things. And Copilot, just like you're doing right now, nods and smiles and takes in all this data. And I said, okay, now show me what we came up with.
Show me what we can do.
Now, I'm new at AI, and I'm an old geezer who doesn't trust what they're doing, and it came up with this picture. I couldn't believe
beautiful.
it. I know,
Absolutely
it's exactly what
beautiful.
we want. And I'm finding out, since it made a picture, it's easier than using simply words in
Yes.
selling the concept
Yes.
of a performing arts center.
Telling stories is always better when it has More visuals. This is why we do video.
And I'm more
and
enthusiastic about the theater than most people, and I'll tell you why. This is a story that I've started telling in Ridgecrest, and people enjoy this story. And it had to do with when I was in high school, at Inglewood High School, down under the flight path of LA International Airport, which is why I pause every 11 and a half seconds for the next plane to go
Waiting
by
for the next
before
plane
I
to come
keep
by.
talking. And my sister was in a grade ahead of me. She, let's say, was a senior. I was a junior. But I drove first because we love her like crazy. But she's scatterbrained and she could never pass the test. And so she was explaining to my mother one morning. Now, we have 6 kids. And my mother was in charge. And telling my mother that she has to go to a live theater performance of something to pass this drama class she was in.
Right.
And my mother said, my goodness, you waited until the last couple of weeks of the term to tell me this, you rascal, and got out the LA Herald Examiner and looked in the back pages where the theatrical listings were, and she found what looked like a murder mystery, something us dim-witted teenage kids can appreciate, and seats were only $10 a piece, which was a struggle back then. And at the Biltmore Theater was this murder mystery, downtown Los Angeles. Skip, she said, you're taking your sister on a date to tomorrow's matinee. And
you got voluntold.
I said, yes, ma'am, because I drove. And when we got there were only 2 seats left. And I noticed the Biltmore was a grand, ornate theater, nothing like the movies we typically went to. We've had no experience with the live theater. So we went in. There was a seat way in the back, which my sister snagged so she could take a nap, and a seat way in the front, right up against the stage in the center. And I'm nose high with the stage. And I'm about to watch a murder mystery, though the playbill disappointed the locals who were about to see it because the lead actor, Lee J. Cobb, doesn't do matinees. His understudy did.
Okay.
But his understudy turned out to be Herschel Bernardi.
Okay.
Now, I happen to know Herschel Bernardi because he played the role of Lieutenant Jacoby in the old Peter Gunn shoot 'em up on television.
Oh, wow.
This is super. This is going to be a murder
You're
mystery.
excited to see it.
With shoots and great stuff. And I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, it turns out the murder mystery was Death of a Salesman.
Not a murder mystery.
A classic American tragedy by Arthur Miller. And if you know the story at all, it's not a murder mystery.
No.
It's a tragedy where the American dream passed up one certain individual with some toxic behavior anyway, and
you fell in love with theater.
I emoted into this whole story and really got into it. And there was a scene, I must tell you, where Willie Loman, Herschel Bernardi, was being told by his boss he's being fired. He doesn't sell enough widgets, and he's no good anyway. Nobody likes him, really likes him. And so Willie Loman breaks down, and he's wailing about the unfairness of life and the frustration and the anger, and he's having flashbacks, and he's on his hands and his knees, and he's groveling around the stage and screaming, doing an acting job that blew me away.
And you were right there, like...
He did something actors do. He picked a pair of eyes in the audience and played right to those eyes, and those eyes were mine.
Oh,
and the
nice.
tears were floating down my cheeks. I was weeping like a schoolgirl and
Right.
emoting like crazy. I'd never experienced anything like it. The extent to which on the live theater stage they can bring out life so vividly.
Right.
I never got over it. Never in my life. And so after high school, I went to El Camino Junior College, which was a wonderful junior college in Torrance.
Right.
And from there was working as an illustrator for North American and living life fine and had a pretty girlfriend who started to make noises like she wanted to get married. So
Girls are like that.
I didn't want to do that. So I volunteered for the draft. There was a lot of activity in Southeast Asia. They took me in 3 weeks. I said,
off you go.
Off I went. And God bless her, she kept writing me. And indeed, the last year was spent in Vietnam, in Southeast Asia, and she kept writing me. And in that environment, her letters became a lifeline.
Yeah.
And when I got back under the GI Bill, which was a really, really good government program, I went back to school, engineering school, became an electronics engineer, came out to China Lake, started working, put in a full career out there, having adventure after adventure, any one story of which would transcend this blog, and retired and started a metal shop where I build large metal art all around Ridgecrest and California. And so there, you've heard the entire story of my life.
Story.
And Ridgecrest knows my voice. I had a talk show on the radio locally.
Oh, so you're not new to the whole video audio production scene.
I guess so, at least the audio part. There wasn't much video. But the voters, when a seat became available, and I filled out the piece of paper and paid our city clerk $25 to sign up for the
opportunity to be a city councilman.
I got voted in without campaigning. It was great fun. I'm enjoying mostly all of it.
Right.
The League of California Cities has been a big help too, at
Good.
least in helping me form my paradigms and comparing what we're doing with what a lot of other little communities are doing. If we had any problems, number one would be water.
Water is always a challenge.
It is certainly out in the desert.
Yep.
And so our aquifer has been sinking by about a foot a year.
Wow, that's rapid.
We've gone into alert mode
in
that regard about a decade ago. And you won't find green lawns or filled swimming pools all that much in Ridgecrest now. But the state has declared us a critically overdrafted area, and they're helping us with tough love and doing something about finding a sustainable source for water. Right now they're talking about running a pipeline from tapping into the aquifer around California City and running it 50, 60 miles north to Ridgecrest.
To kind of give you an opportunity to have water there, yeah.
Yeah, expensive water.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah, and our local regional hospital, which is a good hospital, it's regional, it serves a massive among of square miles, is suffering, as all rural hospitals are throughout the country, given more responsibility than they're getting funding.
Yeah.
So that's a national fix that we're involved in.
Right.
And hopefully things turn out okay. Other than that, the heat in the summer and the cold in the winter, the wind most all the time, it's a wonderful place to live.
Well, I look forward to seeing you get the Aquatic Center and this wonderful Performing Arts Center up and running. Thank you for sharing your passion and information with us today. Is there any final thoughts? Are there any final thoughts that you have?
Not particularly.
Okay.
I've been walking through all the booths. The listeners must know we're at what part of the convention are we? What is this called?
The Vendor Center, yeah.
The Vendor Center?
Mm-hmm.
There's hundreds and hundreds of little booths and sweet people manning them and little goodies on
every
tables. and I get to go around and talk, and everybody asks, how you doing?
Right.
And it occurred to me, you're asked, how are you, or how you doing, an average of 6 times a day. Over the years, I've been keeping track.
Right.
And I've developed the response. look them right in the eye and say, everything's going to be okay, which is a hopeful prayer.
Yes.
And it's got a slight tilt to it. Everything's going to be okay.
Ask some questions, right?
Yeah, it promotes interaction after 100%.
100%.
And I'm enjoying the interaction a great deal.
Yeah.
Listening to some good speeches. I'm glad that City Councilmen from Ridgecrest and little communities all over the state, in fact, I think 90% of the state's communities are here, and learning what I'm learning and meeting people like yourself.
Well, I am so glad that you stopped by and told me that everything was going to be okay, because that's how our conversation started. And thank you so much for sitting down with me and telling us a little bit more about Ridgecrest.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking me to.